Good morning, everyone, especially to our course professors, Dr. Rene John B. Iskal. Good morning, sir. And of course, to the student who will listen in my report, the English one. Good morning to each and every one of you. I am Christian Luis H. Magallanes, your today's reporter, and my topic is genetically modified organisms in science, health, and politics. My learning objectives are at the end of these lessons, student you, the BS Ed English 1A, will be able to know what GMO and its purpose, know GMO's production, know the advantages and disadvantages of GMO, know the effects of GMO in the society, and know if your country, which is the Philippines, allow the GMO products to be sold here. But first, let me differentiate to you the GMO and non-GMO. GMO is an organism whose genetic material has been altered using genetic engineering, which is GMO is not like native. If we apply it in the human, it's half-half na po. Ganon. It's have like a DNA that is foreign, na diri like 100% say ganon. Well, on the other hand, non-GMO is the foods that have not been genetically engineered and are not derived from GMO sources. While GMO is has been altered its DNA, the GMO is it stays on the original form of it. And genetically modified organisms is a term used for organism created through genetic engineering. In 2014, the World Health Organization, also known as WHO, defines GMO as an organism including plants, animals, microorganisms whose genetic material, which is DNA, has been altered in a way that does, doesn't occur naturally through mating or natural recombination. Just like I said earlier na GMO has been altered its DNA and not like the non-GMO. Ganon. And this is achieved through modern biotechnology, also known as gene technology or gene engineering, which allows for the transfer of selected individual genes from one organism to another. So in GMO, it introduces new genes or new genetic material to have your desirable traits or something you want to achieve in that certain plants or animals. Well, the purpose of genetically modified organism is to develop crops with drought, pest, and disease resistance traits. Example of this is the Bacillus thuringiensis or BT corn that produces proteins and that are toxic to certain insects or pests but not to pets, humans, livestock, and other animals. The number one purpose is to have high yield crops that is that have ability to survive in a harsh environment, like for example drought, or have an dirty environment, ganun, that has that have a lot of pests and diseases. The second purpose of GMO is to improve nutritional content. Example of this is the healthier fruits and vegetables that we see now in the markets, like this in the picture. Those are genetically modified plants. And the third and last, I think, purpose of genetically modified organism is for medical purposes. It is used in medicine to produce essential drugs like human insulin, vaccines, etc., and other medical purposes that will help us humans to have a good life. There are three types of gene modification: traditional modification or selective breeding, a long standing method that involves cross-breeding plants or animals with desirable traits to produce offspring with those traits. Just like the dogs. As you can see here, I know some of you like have dogs in their houses, and you think of it like magpalahi, ganon. We call it here in na magpalahi. We introduces a new breed, female dogs or cats, to have desirable traits and to have a new breed, ganon. Same as plants, the wild mustard plant introduces to kale to have beautiful leaves like masustansya or marabong, and to broccoli to have a flower buds and stem, to cabbage to have a terminal leaf bud, and to cauliflower to have a flower buds, a very good kind of flower buds. Second type of gene modification is the genetic engineering. This category includes techniques that directly manipulate an organism's DNA, often by introducing genes from another species, and that's called transgenic. It relies on modern tools to transfer a specific gene, such as one for insect resistance. This method has been used around since 1970s and builds on the scientific advances we have made in the study of DNA. Well, genetic engineering enables scientists to copy a gene with a desired trait on one organism and put it into another. While the last type of gene modification is genome editing. It is more precise form of genetic engineering that allows for specific changes to an organism's DNA. It includes methods like adding, removing, swapping out genes. Genome editing is a new method that gives scientists more precise and target ways to develop new crop varieties or genes. Ganon. Genome editing tools can make it easier and quicker to make changes that were previously done through traditional breeding. One example of genome editing is removing an unwanted gene or taking or adding ano, a gene that you wanted. Now let's proceed to the GMO and health. According to Food and Drug Administration or FDA, consumption of GMO foods are as safe and healthful and does not cause harm to our health, similar with non-GMO food. Genetically modified plants are produced to improve nutritional quality of natural growing plants. A classic example of genetically modified plants is soybean. It contains healthier soil, which are actually used as good alternative to oils with trans fats. Since GMO foods were introduced in the 1900s, genetically modified foods are believed to be just as safe as the non-GMO foods. Also because these GMO products were like nag-agi na siya sa FDA. So as you know, the FDA's job is to produce or to approve a good quality of foods that will not harm to the people who will consume this. And are GMO foods on the market safe to eat? Well, as I said before, na nag-agis talaga siya sa FDA, so safe siya. But there are some of ganon. Extensive research indicates that GMOs are just as safe to eat as non-GMO foods. Second, is some GMOs are specifically modified to be more nutritious, such as soybean with healthier oils. Diba? As I said here na they are really good alternative, and sometimes it is more healthier than non-GMO products in organic. Yes. And last is the numerous major scientific and health organizations like the World Health Organization and the US Food and Drug Administration have found that no evidence that GMO products are harmful to human health. So, consuming a GMO food is as safe as consuming non-GMO, but there are a lot of difference in taste and size and color. So I think they're just the same, but for me, GMO foods are good. Ganon. And last, GMO in politics. GMO in the Philippine politics is a continuous issue marked by legal battles, legislative efforts, and the opposite views between pro-biotechnology government and anti-GMO. On April 18, 2023, the Supreme Court issued a resolution that granted a writ of kalakasan to stop the commercial release in the country of the two genetically modified products, the golden rice and BT or Bacillus thuringiensis eggplant. Opponents like Greenpeace argue that this ruling uphold the constitutional rights of Filipinos to a healthy environment and safe food supply, placing the burden of proof for a safety and companies and the government. As you can see here, there are like no proper law on how the Philippine government view the GMO products. So we really can't say if it's allowed ba or diri, ganon. But I think for me, I think they should just like allow it na lang because it's for the good of the people naman. It's for the advantage of the nasasakupan constituents of the people, yes. And the overall advantage of GMO is to reduce the usage of pest control. Many GMO crops have been genetically modified to express a gene that protects them against pests and insects. The BT gene is commonly genetically engineered into crops like corn, cotton, and soybeans. It comes from a naturally occurring bacteria known as Bacillus thuringiensis. This gene produces a toxic protein to several pests and insects, which gives the GMO plants a natural resistance. As such, GMO crops don't need to be exposed to harmful pesticide as often. Number two is fewer uses of pesticide. It's like connected to the number one, reducing use of pesticide. So I think the def- definition explanation just are the same. So I wouldn't repeat myself na lang. Number three is to improve survival and greater yield. Other GMO crops are have been modified with genes that help them survive in unstressful conditions like harsh environment, drought, too much water, too much sun that causes drought, or pest, maraming pest. It helps them to survive there and resulting in a higher yield for farmers. Ganon. Number 4 is increase nutritional value. Genetic modification can increase the national value of foods. For example, rice high in beta carotene, also called golden rice, and was developed to help prevent blindness in regions where local diets are chronically deficient in vitamin A. So, unfortunately, dito sa GMO politics, pina-stop na ang pag-produce dito sa Pilipinas or pag-import sa mga golden rice. So, I guess wala pang nakakita sa inyo kung anong itsura ng golden rice, but it's look like golden talaga, like yellow yung kulay ng grain, kaya siguro tinawag na golden rice kasi yellow. And the last advantage of GMO is to enhance flavor. Of course, to enhance flavor, 'di ba? Genetically modification can enhance the flavor and appearances of foods. If may advantage, there is also an disadvantages. The disadvantages of GMO is some might have an allergic reaction. Well, because GMO foods contain foreign genes, 'di ba? Some people worry that they will have the genes from foods that may prompt an allergic reaction. Ganon. But according to FDA, researchers who develop GMO foods run tests to ensure that allergens aren't transferred from one food to another. Research suggests also that GMO foods are no likelier to trigger allergies than their non-GMO counterparts. The second disadvantage of GMO is the production of toxins. Well, GMO foods may also increase its production of toxins at levels already harmful to humans, and it may result from toxins produced when there is damage in the gene of interest during the insertion process. Well, this implies that some might have like ma-overdose ang paglagay sa genes na mag-result sa toxic, ganun, mga toxin na tapos mako-consume ng mga consumer, buyer, like for examples. The third one is antibacterial resistance. At first, I don't think this is an advantage, 'di ba? Kay antibacterial resistant eh. So, you can like see or think na it's a good advantage. But some GMO contain changes that make them resistant to make antibiotics. In theory, the genes from these plants could enter human or animals when they eat them. As a result, the person or animal could also develop antibiotic resistance. The likelihood of this happening is very small, but the WHO or WHO and other health authorities have guidelines in place to prevent it. The fourth disadvantages is disruption of biodiversity. The production of GMO foods imposes high risk of disruption of biodiversity. This is because the better traits produced from engineering genes can favor one organisms. Furthermore, the introduction of genetically modified organism can eventually disrupt the natural process of gene flow. 'Di ba? Like as you can see na lang the disruption of biodiversity, like masisira ang natural process of biodiversity if patuloy tayong magkakandak ng GMO products. Like, and the last one is toxicity for body organs. Some researchers suggest that GMO foods might impact the liver, kidney, pancreas, and reproductive system. They did not have the evidence to confirm this and called the further studies. The use of GMO crops may even reduce the risk of toxicity from some substances, as farmers may be able to reduce the use of pesticide. And conclusion for the last part of this lesson, my topic is genetically modified organisms or GMO have a very good effect on our food security, and it helps fruits and vegetables to fight pests and to survive in a harsh environment. But we can change the thing that it also have a downfall, like the potential in our health. GMO's purpose is to increase the availability and quality of food and medical care, and if it used wisely, they could result in an improved economy and can also lift the problem of hunger and disease worldwide. That's all. Thank you for listening, and that's the end of my topic. I hope you learned something, and thank you for listening. Kap- kap-